Welcome to Sports Card Sheets. Today I'm going to show you guys how I convert my rookie master checklists into a single player checklist. There's a lot of information on this full spreadsheet. All the years, all the players, all the sets, inserts, parallels, and it's most people aren't going to collect everything on this sheet. Maybe it's one or two players per year, or it's just the base cards of the top guys, or even if it's just one single player. This is great information for that, but you may want something a little more simplified just for your one specific guy. So today we're going to work on a Joe Burrow master sheet. So what I'm going to do is go to my template, which is all set up. It's actually already formatted, so when you enter the card you own, the color for that section is already going to pop up. So this will show in a minute. BGS, PSA. This is all formatted, ready to go. I do have one of these on Excel over on Etsy. So if you just want to purchase that for your own personal collection, it's available as well. Alright, so we have this, and what I'm going to do is come down to the bottom. I'm going to make a copy to a new spreadsheet. I'm going to open that sheet up. Let's get rid of the single player template, and now I'm going to work on this one. I'm going to just name this one Burrow. Alright, so now I'm all set up here. Now I'm going to go, since I'm doing the Bengals, I'm going to also set up the color that I want to use on the sheet. So I like to use the Bengals color, or the team colors. So what I'll do is I'll go to this website, teamcolors.com or teamcolorcodes.com, get the team. It pulls up, and I'm going to look for this RGB number, which is 25179 at 20. I'll come back to my sheet. I will click on the full color, do a custom, and then let me get that number one more time. 2517920. 25179 and 20. So now I have a nice orange in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill out every other column here, the top row, with that color. Now you could do the whole thing however you like to set up your own personal sheet. That's obviously your preference. I like to do every other one, and then I'm going to add the black into these every other one. I just think it looks cool with the multi-colors. Like I said, that's if you're setting this up yourself, this is your own personal preference. So I'll do that. I'll change the lettering to white so it stands out. And now I'm all set up, ready to go. So now I'll go back to the master sheet. I'm going to make a copy of this. So go down here, click this little arrow, copy to existing spreadsheet. I'm going to look for Burrow. I'm going to insert it. And then here in a minute, it'll pop up right down here on the bottom. So let's give it a second. There we go. I will open this tab up. Now what I'm going to do is get rid of everything that's not Joe Burrow. I do want to be careful, especially with like the baseball rookie sheet. I do have stuff on the bottom, so I'll show you an example here. The way this is set up for this set, it doesn't match how the normal columns go. So I'm just going to make another duplicate of this one, and just to save that so I don't mess anything up. So for the football one, there's nothing on the bottom here, so I'm just going to get rid of these columns. Then I'm going to go through here. Now on the right side of the sheet, these are not all set up with Joe Burrow's and now in column E. it could be all over the place. So I'm just going to kind of go one or two or three sets at a time, depending on how Burrow is, and just kind of start getting rid of all the other players as well. Just takes a couple minutes to run through the whole sheet, getting rid of all that stuff. Now I'm also going to set up this sheet for copy and pasting, so get the size I want of the cell or the font. I set all the bold. I may have to extend some of these columns just to easier to see. Then I'm going to also set up throughout the whole sheet. I'm going to change the color. So for example here, I'm going to go with the black with white letters, and I'll do that for every single main set. And then all the parallels I will set up with the Bengals orange, and I'll do that for the whole sheet. So I do have this already set up in another tab here, so we'll just go work through this one right now just to save some time. Get rid of Burrow. So I have this all set up with all the sets and all the parallels all colored the way I want them. And now we'll go back to the main here. All right, so I also have a couple of websites pulled up I like to get the information from. So I have the trading card database just to double check all the information. Plus I need the card numbers, and I usually pull up Cardboard Connection just to get in case I need other information. I am double checking the work on the master sheet. I'm not going to call it perfect. I do miss a couple things here and there where I have to quickly add it after I've gone through the single players. So what I'll do here, let me get back on here, just do that. All right, so 2019 we have as XRC, as I've already added them in, and I'm going to work through the 2020 tab on trading card database, and the first set will be Donruss. So what I will do now is go here, and I'm going to go to Donruss. I know I have all his parallels right there. Copy it, come over here, and we'll paste it. 2020, okay, we said this is card number 301. Yes, he's in the sets. This is the base card. I got to do it one more time. And then I'll just copy and paste parallels so I have the color. And now I'll copy and paste this. All right, Donruss is set up. Now we do have some numbering over here, which I'll have to now move to column F. This is numbered at 9, numbered at 10. And I know there's going to be a 1 of 1 in here somewhere that's not listed. The master sheet has no 1 of 1, so I'll just have to make another insert a row whenever I get to that part on the trading card database. So, but for now, I'm just going to get rid of all these. All right, so now Donruss and the parallels are all set up, minus the 1 on 1 I'll add here in a little bit. And then we'll go to the next. So the first insert we're going to see is downtown. So I'll go over here, go back to this. Right now Joe Burrow here is on every one of the rest of these sets I have listed, so I'm just going to do a full copy of the rest of Donruss. Put it here. Paste. All right. So I already know he's there, so I'm just going to put a Y in all this nice and quickly. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just start getting the numbering. I'll just put that next and all here, and then I'll put inserts, parallels. So inserts, insert, inserts, insert. Copy that. These will be parallels. Inserts. So it is a little time consuming, but when it's all said and done, it's going to look really good. So now I have all that set up. Like I said, I'll do the numbering here that I may have, so if we have rookie phenom jerseys, so this is where I'm going to type in, memorabilia. I gotta make this a little bit bigger. This one's an auto jersey, so I'll just put auto here. Memorabilia. So I'll do that for all the sets here. Now here on downtown, we have the printing plates for downtown, and those will also just go right across right here. So I put all those in there. Yes, they have all the printing plates, and that's where I set all those up. They're all one-of-ones. I don't think I have to label those one-of-ones. So this here's an autograph. So all right, so real quick, let's get the card numbering here. So we have DJB, D/JB. Elite Series Rookies will be the next set down. ESRJB. All right. So when you have all this using the master sheet and the database, you can actually knock this out pretty quick. Now, Joe Burrow does have about 2,500 lines on the master sheet, so it will take several hours to knock this out. Some of the easier players, like from earlier years, like 1990, late 90s, early 2000s, maybe just a couple hours. This one will probably take me about 8 hours to fill in all the information. Now, if you didn't have this all set up through the master sheet, it might take you several weeks to run through this whole thing, run through trading card database, get all the information. So using the master sheet as your database and just copy and pasting a lot of stuff will save you just a ton of time. Now you could always, if you want to be just quick about it, you can keep this the way this sheet is as your own personal checklist. You don't have to make it all fancy like I'm making it, but you can just keep that once you copied and pasted it and got rid of all the other players, and this works just as well as using it like this. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll answer them the best as possible. Once again, the master sheets for baseball and football are on Etsy. They are $19.99, and it's like I said, I think it's a great value to help you keep track of your collection. So, like I said, any questions, leave them in the comments, and y'all have a good night.